Okay, good evening. It is June 5th, 2024. This is Debbie Davis, and so I wanted to do a video just kind of clarifying some things from the last video that I did. Some things about the police I wanted to clarify, and some things I'm going through and different things like that are going on. So I'm just reporting tonight, June 5th, 2024. Okay, so I posted on my channel, for other targeted individuals to contact me, and I've heard from a few of them, and there's a targeted individual girl that contacted me that has told me a lot of information, that she's another targeted individual like myself that has been through all kinds of stuff, and it's because of her bloodline, like me. Okay, so I'm in a certain bloodline, and that's why they're targeting me. It's not just because I'm a whistleblower, it's because I'm also in a certain bloodline that has been targeted by the Illuminati. And that's why some of these, the black people are targeted too, because they're in the bloodline. They're in the original bloodline of the 12 tribes of the 12 tribes. The original 12 tribes of Israel were in Africa. Okay, some of the so, and they were black. So, and that's what they're targeting, those people. Okay, so I have learned this type of thing, and but it's not just the black people. It's the tribes were scattered all over the place. They were scattered into Ireland, England. They're targeting people in the original 12 tribes of Israel. Okay, so that's what we're finding out. And just so you know, June 6th, and this, she reminded me, she said, watch out, because tomorrow is June 6th, 2024, and if you add up those numbers, it's 6, June is 6, and it's the 6th day, and then 24 is 6, and they love to use these ritual type things for sacrificial type things with, for these Satanists that are in the Illuminati and things like that. So she warned me that there's probably going to be rituals that might happen tomorrow. And so FYI, she said that, that there might be an earthquake in Los Angeles and Vegas. Okay? I'm just saying, this is from somebody that's another targeted individual like myself. And she's been targeted basically her whole life. So she has figured out that it's all about the numbers. She grew up in California. Now she lives in Texas. I'm going to have her on my channel, so you'll get to meet her. But basically she's figured out the whole, a lot about the, it's all these numbers that they go by, and they love to sacrifice these musicians, the musicians out of California, and they've sacrificed a lot of them, and we're dealing with really sick people that are Satanists, and we have to understand that we're not dealing with normal situations. We're dealing with a spiritual situation. And that is what is very hard for some people to understand, that are just in, in a job or whatever. They think they can just, but we're dealing with a spiritual situation where we're dealing with people that are Satanists, that are, are completely hell-bent on this new world order agenda. So you have to understand that this is This has been implemented for years, and so this is not a joke for them. You know, like, that, if you don't think it, you don't. Some people don't take it very seriously, but you need to, because it is a very serious situation. So anyway, anyway, I didn't want to. So I wasn't trying to. I'm never trying to like talk bad about like my employers or the police. I'm thankful for the time that I had at any kind of employment here. I mean, it's not like it was all bad. I just get very upset because the laws have changed here in Minnesota recently, and they're in for this this law passed called at will, and so they don't have to have a reason to fire you. So that's what I get upset about. I'm not upset. I'm very thankful for the time that I had at my employer and the employment that I did have. And I don't mean to, talk bad about my employer, because they were very nice to me when I did work there. And it's just that things are like escalating, like more and more, everything is escalating. Okay. And it's just it's hard for me as a targeted individual to have any kind of employment. I'm on I'm on a list with the Illuminati. Okay. And so this other person that I talked to, and she can tell you like how hard it is, because we're in a certain targeted bloodline. So anyway, I'm just going to tell you a little bit of history about what's happened in the Minneapolis area with the police here. So to understand, some of the history of why things are so upsetting here with the police. Because, okay, it wasn't just the George Floyd thing, that happened. Okay, so the George Floyd thing happened in March 25th, 2020. Okay, and, he's standing on his neck for 8 minutes, when he says he can't breathe. Okay, why don't you just, and he's apparently on drugs already, so why don't you just handcuff him and bring him in for treatment, and handcuff it. Why do you need to stand on his neck for 8 minutes? Okay. So if he's on drugs, handcuff him, bring him in for treatment, and charge him with whatever you need to charge him. Do you really need to stand on his neck for 8 minutes? That's the whole thing I don't get, Okay, and then after that, so that was March 25th, 2020. Then on April 11th, 2021, there was a man named Dante Wright, who was just a 20-year-old black American man who was fatally shot in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota. It's only like 20 minutes from here, where I live. Okay, and then they pulled him over for a minor, apparently a warrant, Okay, but you have to understand, like, that's the whole reason why I did some of these videos, couple of these videos of how corrupt the courts are. Okay, I was pulled over on the way to work, for a minor brake light issue, and then they added a fake charge saying I was on my phone at the same time. I was not on my phone. Okay, it was 5:45 in the morning. Do you think who am I going to be talking to on the way, at 5:45 in the morning? You think I'm going to have some kind of, massive chat with somebody at 5:45 in the morning? It's like, what a joke, And so they added this charge as a fake charge, okay, and then they dropped the brake light charge, but they would not drop this wireless charge. And so this is what has gone on for months now. This wireless charge, and then they don't even let you know. The thing about that people don't understand is that the courts are so corrupt here that they don't even let you know about a court date or if there's a warrant or anything about some outstanding issue that you might still have, because they say, oh, we didn't have your current address. And I said, and I'll call them and I'll say, well, you know what, I haven't moved in like 3 years, so why wouldn't you have my new address? You drive by my house like every day. The Hennepin County sheriffs and the police, they drive by where I'm at here every single day, and I videotape them and I take pictures of them. So, certainly where I live. So, there is no reason why you should not have my address. Oh, we didn't have your address, so, we didn't, we couldn't send you any new court document of your new court thing about this wireless charge, so you have a warrant now. Okay, so this is how easy it can happen that you can get a warrant in this county. Okay, because they just make up shit. And they say, we don't have your current address, or we don't have your current phone number, we don't have your, to text you or whatever. Okay, but I haven't moved, and I have not. And if they need to ask for my updated information, they can just call me. They have my number on file. My number hasn't changed in 20 years. So you got my phone number too, so you can call me. 651-767-2892. Certainly you can call me. Okay, but they don't. Okay, so this is why so they say they pulled this guy over, this Dante Wright, for a warrant, supposed warrant, and they said that the police officer was a female, and her name was Kimberly Potter, and she said she pulled him over, and she said that he tried to flee, and that she said she pulled out her gun instead of her taser, and she shot him in the chest, and he died. Okay, so this was just like a minor warrant, probably like a minor traffic violation, like something I would have had. I've had multiple, so it's ridiculous. I think this woman only had like maybe a year in jail from this, if that. If she even did that, I don't even know, because we don't even know what the truth is half the time here. If they say she did like a year in jail, but we don't really know. And then there was another incident after that, and that was in February 2nd, 2022, a mirror lock. So this guy was only 22 years old. He was like an up-and-coming rapper. I don't know. I mean, maybe he was rapping about some things that maybe they didn't like. Maybe he was rapping about some truths maybe somebody didn't like. I'm guessing, because they took him out. Basically is what it looks like to me. So February 2nd, 2022, a SWAT team comes into his home where he was just renting. He was just staying on a bed or a couch or something somewhere, and they said they came in and they said that they were looking. The warrant was for somebody else in the house, but he was in the main bedroom, the main living room, and when they came in, he drew a weapon, they said, and so they shot him. Well, if somebody is, breaking into my place where I'm living in the middle of the night, don't you think you'd be a little alarmed too? And be like, excuse me, what the hell are you doing here? It's because it was when they passed this no search warrant or some new law here, where they didn't have to have any reason at all to break into your house. Okay, I mean, we're talking like scary stuff here happening with this Tim Walz guy. Tim Walz, our Democrat governor here, is scary. He's a scary Democrat. And, you know, these senators here, like Amy Klobuchar, she's scary. These are scary people. They're all Satanists. I'm just going to say it like it is. I mean, you know, that's what it is. Okay, so they they tried to issue a warrant to somebody else, and they shot him. Okay, so and no charges were ever filed against the police or the SWAT there, ever at all. No accountability whatsoever. Okay, so and then yesterday the police so there was an incident a year ago in June of 2023 where Officer Ryan Alondegran pulled over a guy named Ricky Cobb. I think it was in Savage, Minnesota. It's like 20 minutes from here. 30 minutes from here probably. On a minor traffic stop. I think it was even just like a brake light issue, like something like mine, you know. Like as if we know our brake light is out, you know. I mean, do I have eyes in the back of my head? I mean, you know, this used to be just like a fix-it charge, you know. But no, now it's like you get killed for, you know, your brake light out. I mean, it's like psycho. This is like, we're in like, do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do, you know. You know, it's like, really, are we in like Wayne's World? You know, like, I mean, I feel like I'm in, you know, the Twilight Zone. Twilight Zone. I'm in the Twilight Zone here. Okay, so Ricky Cobb was murdered at a minor traffic stop, and there was no charges filed at all today for him. It was the Attorney General. I mean, the county attorney was Mary Moriarty, but the governor, Tim Walz, said that if she would not have dropped the charges, that he would have stepped in and dropped the charges. So our governor is making a very clear stand that he's, you know, very much, you know, against, you know, a part of the whole, like, agenda here of this Democrat agenda or whatever, you know. But you have to understand, this goes, like, back even farther than that, and it goes back to in 2017. There was this lady named Justin Diamond, who is a 40-year-old Australian American woman. She was shot by the Minneapolis police. Okay, all she did was call 911. She apparently just reported an assault of a woman in an alley near her house. Okay, I remember this happening because I moved back here in 2013. Now I remember this incident. Okay, she comes, when they came up to her, she came running out to the police, and they said, oh, they thought she had a weapon, and the police officer shot her in the stomach, and she died. Okay, all she was doing was walking up to the car when they came. All she was, you know, call the police like she's supposed to do, and she was just walking up to the police car when they arrived as she was supposed to do, and they shot her in the stomach, and she died. Okay? No charges filed against this police officer here, ever. Okay? All right, and then this was right after a high-profile case of manslaughter had already occurred of the killing of Philandro Castro in the Minneapolis police area in 2016. Okay, so this incident in 2017 with that woman was right after a high-profile case of another killing. So, we have some very serious. So that's why people don't trust the police here anymore. Because they just keep doing cover-ups, and there's no charges ever filed, and there's no serious consequences. They just have these immunities. But it's not just here. It's all over. I mean, I've gotten stories sent to me from like all over the country of different people, and the police are never charged, because they have these immunities. Where, and there's never, sometimes they cover up the footage. They don't show the real footage in court, and so that's why we've created an environment here where we don't trust the police, and we feel afraid to even be pulled over at all for any kind of minor thing, because we think that they might try to do lethal force against us. And so why would we not feel afraid at this point when there's been all this history here? So anyway, we're in very interesting times here, and you'd have to be aware that we're dealing with a spiritual issue. It's just a spiritual issue. We're dealing with good against evil. So that's what I just want to kind of portray tonight, is that we're dealing with good against evil, and I'm not against all my employers. Don't get me wrong there. I'm just I've just had a lot of situations where I haven't had such good situations with the police or the courts, and also a lot of veteran friends of mine feel like we've had so many situations that it's almost like we feel like the government feels like they want to kill us so they don't have to pay our VA benefits. They want to just kill us off so they don't have to pay our VA benefits. That's how we feel. So I mean, we've just been so targeted. So I mean, this is crazy times we're living in. So this is anyway, this is my video tonight, June 5th, 2024. Okay, just be aware tomorrow, because tomorrow is apparently a significant Illuminati date, June 6th. But, so we have to just be aware of these dates, because these psychopaths use these dates for their sacrifices. So if you're aware of these dates, then you could stop these incidences from happening. Okay? You have to be smarter than your enemy. Okay? That's one thing I've learned. All right? God bless.